Movement 5. Dragon Pounces. Your primary goal in this movement is to coordinate the dropping of your heels and the downward flick of your fingers, so that your energy drops in a sudden but relaxed manner. This may seem counterintuitive to you, but with time and practice, the more relaxed your movements are, the more power and speed you will gain. As your energy moves downward, stagnant energy is powerfully released from your kidneys, boosting your immune system and increasing the ability for relaxed chi to rise and become balanced throughout your body. This movement has two fundamental aspects to it. The first one is the ability to raise your hands and your feet together and then suddenly drop your hands and feet and flick. Raise your hands and your feet together, fingers in the big hands, heels off the floor. Drop suddenly. When your hands rise, let your big hand come to your lower dantian, and then drop. As you drop, simply let all the energy flood and just release out your arms. All your tension, all your energy, all your holding, let it all go at once. Heels rising, beak going to a big hand at the same time, and drop suddenly. The other thing that's important in this is you don't have to lift your heels very high. It is not how hard your heels hit the floor, but the speed. So you could lift it up only 1/10 of an inch, as long as it hits the point on the back of your heel, which stimulates your downward flow of energy. Now with this, it's important as best you can to let your shoulders completely relax, draw all the energy up, and then just suddenly release. It is the sudden release that is the central point of this movement. Now we will put together the entire movement. So here are some of the critical points. Your fingers will have the sense, when they're facing the floor, of pulling energy up your thighs, up to your lower dantian. And as your hands rise, your heels will rise. At which point your hands, the center of your palms, will trace your daimai back to Mingmen. Then your hands will pull the energy from Mingmen around your daimai as they form in the beak hands. Your heel and fingers will suddenly release, and at the end you will bounce up and bring the energy back up your legs, and as your hands rise, your heels will rise. Your heels will be continuing to rise, ideally, until you reach Mingmen in the back. Then you'll just kind of keep them there, and then they'll drop suddenly from your lower dantian down to the floor. Your hands coming together and your fingertips coming together, this is exactly what you did in movement 2. Only in movement 2 you did it to your hands facing the side of your body. Relax your wrists, relax your fingers. The more gently they touch, the better. And then suddenly release them, so that your fingers releasing and flicking and your hand going down happen at the same time. What's important with your legs in this flick is that your heels suddenly drop to the floor. They don't have to drop hard with a lot of force. They could only move 1/10 of an inch if you had physical problems, or your heels can come up very high. But the main point is they suddenly release, because the issue here is to release all the stagnant chi out of your body very suddenly toward the floor.